You know what I'm about to sing. You know what I'm about to sing. Huh? You know what I'm about to sing. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, and how do you do? That was kind of dull, wasn't it? Yeah, let's go. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, and God loves you. Ooh, ooh. That's right, Edwina B here, Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, loving every second of my life. Why? Because my creator and yours woke us up this morning to be sitting before one another. We were chosen. Do you hear me? We were chosen with the gift of life this day, this moment, because some didn't wake up this morning, some will pass during the day. So that means we got to embrace the present. So are you presently here with me? Great. So welcome to Free to Hope, Free to Hope, Free to Hope. From recovery, emerge empowered to give hope to others, help others prosper equally. Free. The reason why I can sit before you just the way I am, no makeup, no wigs, no fingernails, no fingernail polish, no earrings, right? And y'all know these are dentures, right? Usually I'll wait to put them in once I come on, because some of y'all get a little twisted. Like, is she really authentic? Is she really transparent? Well, guess what? These are not my pearly white teeth. Cocaine and alcohol took my teeth over a 14-year addiction that occurred 34 years ago. Yes, on February the 23rd of 2024, I will be celebrating 34 years in recovery from mental illness, coupled with substance abuse as an alcoholic, a crackhead, a prostitute, and all the behaviors that go with those diseases. Yes, I was afflicted. Yes. And so underneath the parked car, 3 o'clock in the morning, in the streets of Philadelphia, getting high with my own stepson, doing all kind of sexual favors for him. And he was under the influence as well. And he wanted to do harm to me like any bitch in the street. I ran from him, put myself underneath that parked car. I only weighed 90 pounds, face all sunken in, hair all matted. My life flashed before me. Aspirations of being a model, an actress, a phys ed teacher, class vice president, co-captain of the cheerleader team. Why are you underneath that parked car? You are broken. And you are broke. Yes, I didn't know the extent as to my brokenness and being broke. But I called out these words that it was like last night or early this morning. Whoever they say you are, take me out this life now. Take me out now, or show me a better way. Total surrender. Either I'm going all the way or I'm not going. Hell to the no. The God that I didn't know, didn't have a personal relationship with, decided to allow me to live, to prepare me for things yet to come. But first, he had to prepare me. Yes. So I'm free from recovery. I have emerged empowered. And yes, I'm giving hope to others, help others prosper equally. So if you are looking for a keynote speaker, or a facilitator, presenter, right, trainer for your conference, right, your summit, call me. You think you can feel the energy now, but get me in the room. I tell you, call me. I have something to share with at least one person. Because that one person did it for me during my time in a rehabilitation facility. Yes, so my job, my honor, my obligation is to give back what was so freely given to me, in the sense that I share with you my journey, my experiences, my strength, my hope, so that you too can become transparent and authentic. It's time to take off all the mask. Okay? So, you know my ritual is, right? Let's do this, right? So the question becomes, are you tired? Are you tired? I mean, tired. Tired of being broken. Tired of being broken. Are you tired of being broken and being broke? I am. Tired. I know now that my God, who I'm learning more about each and every day, did not mean for me to be broken and broke, but because all human beings are ill to some extent, are afflicted with some form of diseases, right? And for whatever reason, in his infinite wisdom, we must go through until such time we get tired of being broken and broke, and we have our knee bowing experience. Only one knee bowing experience. All those other times were just preparations for the one and only surrender. Yes. So I'm tired of being broken. I'm tired of being broke. And I want to give you the resources that I've used for going on 34 years. Okay. So take a look, y'all. Right. First of all, the Bible was a resource of mine. The tradition of being told and not explained why to pray before we eat, to pray before we go to bed. So if I became a robot, right? Now and I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to save. Right? Was there any substance in that prayer? I don't know. I was told to do it. That ain't the way my prayer. Oh, no. Yes, right? And so the Bible, which was not in my home, I found and saw the Bible in other people's houses and even at church. But guess what? Church, my 15-year-old mother and my 17-year-old father, right? Downstairs in the bathroom of Bright Hope Baptist Church, they conceived my oldest sister, Ruby. So tell me about the Bible. Tell me about church. Tell me about the house. All the things I saw and experienced. People in church. Name mainly the pastors. Ooh, I got a story to tell y'all when we get deep into these conversations, okay? So that was my introduction to the Bible. But now it's different because I'm obtaining my doctorate degree in biblical studies. Yes, to learn more about the God who met me, delivered me, and prepared me from underneath a parked car to be sitting here before you today. I was then introduced to a 12-step spiritual program. The program of Alcoholics Anonymous was spiritual in nature. Yeah, not a religious cult, not a religious approach, but a spiritual approach. We are human, but we have spirits occupying this body so that they can manifest their desires. Well, guess what? My God, I know, is a spirit, and his spirit resides in me, but I had to have that knee-bowing experience to ask for help, to have those other spirits dismissed, right? So that's the AA 12-step spiritual program. Then it was the 5 Agreements. Y'all got to get that book by the Louise family. I'm telling you, get the book. It changed my life as I continue to thirst and hunger for spiritual resources, spiritual tools. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But when a spiritual student is ready, the spiritual teachers will appear. So I've been a part of the 12-step program going on 34 years, getting my doctorate in biblical studies, implementing and practicing the 5 agreements, even though it says 4, it's 5, right, of the Uis family, and the spiritual revival hour. Yesterday I shared with you a little bit about how I got to sit before you. And that was an acknowledgement. Let me put them on. I got to put them on. I got to put them on. I got to put them on. My TV spiritual revival hour started with Reverend Dr. Benjamin B. Brown. He taught me how to be authentic and also to be transparent, right? And he set me before a camera 33 years ago. I tell you, I was nervous as you know what. Had diarrhea, had to say cut, a couple times before the Spirit say, get out there, open your mouth and let me do the rest. So my TV show, Choosing a New Way of Life, is the result of participating in the spiritual revival hour. And guess what? My mentor, my spiritual mentor, Dr. Benjamin B. Brown, has passed me the baton so that I can keep the spiritual revival hour going, so that I can just touch one more with being authentic and transparent. So I thank you, Dr. Benjamin B. Brown. All right. So the other thing that I want to share is not only through those resources, it was with Dr. Sonia of P3 Global. Yes, that's why I'm inviting you to my virtual sessions, my monthly conversations, my boot camps. Yep. And so there are going to be times when I'm going to ask you, right, to join me, right, every morning, Monday through Friday, like you're doing now, right, to get a seed of what my virtual sessions, conversations is going to be, and how we go just a little bit deeper for 1 hour. This is only a half hour. Could you imagine what the master class is going to be like for 2 hours? Can you even master? Can you even begin to think what the 3 to 5 boot camp will offer you? So I'm going to be scheduling these events, and I'm hoping, and if it's God's will, to put on my free this time, free, FREE. Not, well, it is from Recovery Emerging Power, but I'm going to offer a free event to invite mental rehabs, to invite drug rehabs, to invite those who are suffering from any and all addictions and illnesses, so that they too can learn how I, like many others, have been set free from recovery, emerge, empowered. Okay, so look forward to that as well. And so now what I want to do is get right into our topic today. Woo, Lord, I love you. Okay, so I've been sharing with you how our brokenness came from the early years of our lives. And many of us don't know how it started, where it started. Why do I put on all the masks? Why do I still want to put on the mask? And so through the Alcoholics Anonymous 4th step, made a searching and fearless more inventory of ourselves. That's when I began to read my book, the beginning of my book, because it was already written. It already happened. I just need to go back and read it, not to find out what I thought was wrong with me, but to find out what happened to me. My dear friend, sister, mentor, Dr. J. Macklin, guess what, girlfriend? We are here. I am so humbled to be in your presence and to be under your leadership in the community, right? As a spiritual advisor. See, we need people like Dr. J. Macklin. Yes, we do. Because God prepared her. And guess what she said? She said, I teach her. Well, guess what? That's what it's about. One of us teaching each other. Yes, it's about sharing, communicating, transparency, and authenticity, right? And so as a result of that, I learned by going back in my own history to find out what happened to me. Okay? I want to share something with you before I go on. See, I have a picture right here, right? And let's see. Let me see. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. So the picture is of, my granny, my great grandmother, that's my mother in the wedding picture, right? And so through going back in my history, I found out a lot of things, right? Number one, the idea of having parents, and having individuals. Let me share with this. Okay, let me go here first, right? So let me go here again. Okay, so this is my father, and I shared with you about how I learned some of the behaviors of becoming promiscuous, right? Becoming addicted to getting attention from my dad, right? My father was an abuser, right? But he also was an educator. So when we go back in our history, we have to look at the assets and the liabilities of each individual and how they played a part in our development and our brokenness and being broke, and how we contributed to their brokenness and being broke, right? And so I also shared with you about my mother. My mother was protective of her children. I did not know till years later that my mother was adopted, that and wasn't adopted legally. She was given away. Come to find out that my dad was given away. Ooh. And so these grandparents that I had in my life are not really my biological grandparents. Secrets. 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 So our brokenness and being broke begin with lies, begin with deceit, begin with a lot of secrets, right? Concealing things that need to be revealed in order for us to heal. But guess what? The brokenness and being broke perpetuates itself through our lives, through my life. And that's why I know with that knee-bowing experience, I had to find out what happened to me. The competition I had with my siblings. Yes. We were paired off. Ruby, Deborah, Carolyn, and me, and Eddie Boy and Henry. By the time my mother was 22 years old, she had 6 children. And my father, my daddy, the love of my life, treated her badly, abused her, substituted her with other women, used her. Yes. Told her those were her kids, not his. So could you imagine what my mother was going through? Could you imagine how she felt taking care of 6 kids all by herself? Yes, she was protective because she said, I will be damned if I give my children away to anybody. Even if we had to sleep in one room on the floor in one bed, we are sticking together. That's what my mother did, and that's what she said. However, there were other things that I learned about my mother and how she got the attention of my dad by doing certain things. I even learned how to steal from my mother because I watched my mother steal from my dad. And that's right. Yes, honey, I learned how to steal. Yes. And that thing hasn't been totally eradicated yet. I'm being honest. I have the temptation sometimes to steal. Oh, yes. So I learned those behaviors to get the opposite sex attention. My brokenness began by watching my mother and my father's interaction. And then to be even more transparent, yes, we found out later that my sister Deborah is not my father's child. That my mother was raped by the stepfather or his brother. When my dad found out, he began to have that hatred for women and began to act accordingly. So you see, we didn't find out this till years later. My sister Deborah, God bless her heart, she revealed at the age of 45 what happened to her. How my dad abused her. How my dad had sex with her from the time she was 7 to the time she was 21. And the niece that is really my sister was born. See what I mean about brokenness and being broke? We have to go back into our history to find out what happened. My grandchildren know everything about me. Yes, they do. I have no secrets. I keep no secrets because I've learned through my spiritual journey that secrets keep you sick. So when we explain and share, we also have to share the situation, the circumstances. You only know what you know when you know it. You understand? And so I had to unravel that onion to find out what happened. Okay? So when you come to my classes, virtual sessions or whatever, you're going to see. Okay? So yesterday, and all this week, I said I was going to hone in on what you can expect from the Free to Hope virtual conversations with me, along with my monthly conversations and sessions, and even more so, my 3 to 5 day boot camp. But I'm going to schedule an event that's going to be free to everybody, right? So anybody, everybody that I can get in touch with, affiliated with, mental illness agencies, substance abuse agencies, alcoholics abuse agencies, any and all people who want to know how to be set free and to be prepared to give hope to others. So I shared yesterday the importance of creating an atmosphere of safety. See, when we go back to find out what happened to us, we're going to discover that fear, the biggest character defect of all illnesses, spiritual in nature, physical, mental, right? Emotional, fear. And that's why, I always tell people, let's start with fear, okay? Right? Fear. Most of us forget everything and run. And there's a short version that we used to use. Oh God, I want to say it, but I'm gonna say it this way: up everything and run. Up everything and run. No. I don't want to deal. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. No. Don't tell me. Don't know. I don't want to know. Fear. Up everything and run. But recovery in my spiritual journey says no, not at all. Yes, fear is what it is. And if you read the book, The Four Agreements, you're going to learn that fear and everything else is but an illusion. Woo, are you kidding me? No, I'm not. Yes. And so when I'm able to face everything and recover, face everything and rejoice, face everything and rebound, face everything and be rejoiced, face everything right and be rejuvenated. Yes, that I am willing to share what I've been concealing for so long that needed to be revealed long ago in order for my healing to begin. So my sessions will create an atmosphere of safety because I believe that in order for us to be transparent and authentic, we have to feel safe. And let me tell you, it was Dr. Alvin Turner, right? Alvin Turner. He's the one that I learned those words from. He said, Edwina, the Western culture wants us to believe that there is something wrong with us. But in our own culture, right? In our own tradition, right? Right? It was about spirituality and being whole, right? Spiritually whole and spiritually wealthy. And he said, the Western culture keeps saying something's wrong with us, something wrong with us. He said, let me tell you, when I work with people, particularly the youth, he said, if you can win over the trust of an individual, win their trust and their respect, and you create a safety, an atmosphere of safety, you can and will get to the roots of what's ailing them because they feel safe. They trust you. They will open up to you, right? Oh my God, that changed my life. No, there's nothing wrong with me, but something happened to me. So thank you, Dr. Alvin Turner, for that. And that's what I want y'all to think about. So when we create that atmosphere of safety, we have to engage in a conversation because safety, an atmosphere of safety may be different from person to person, and that's true. All of us don't think the same way. All of us don't act the same way, right? And so there must be a conversation to take place in my virtual sessions, in my workshops, in my seminars, right? What does an atmosphere of safety means to you, right? So the idea is to get everyone as possible to identify what safety means to them. And then we come together, right, and have a common denominator of what an atmosphere of recovery looks like, an atmosphere of safety looks like. Yes, so that we can lay the foundation of discovering what happened to us. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifference, whatever. It doesn't matter, but it matters that we go back and we search like a flashlight, all cracks and crannies and all that crevices. Yes. I don't want to miss anything. Because if I miss something, that could still continue my brokenness and being broke. All right. And so help me out here, right? So identify what an atmosphere of safety means to you. And then comes the question, right? Once we identify an atmosphere of safety for everybody, right? And the first thing that I had to do in my 12-step spiritual program was to recognize through my 4th step, but it was the first step, right? We admitted that we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. The key word is we and admit it. It's a we thing. You understand me? It's a we thing. We admit it. We admit it out of our mouths that alcohol had whooped out and that it made our lives so unmanageable. And so by using the 12-step format and applying it to our brokenness and being broke, we can begin the journey of being set free. Okay? So I'm going to stop there. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. And I also want to continue to invite you, to wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want to add something else. Let's see. Invite you to my everyday, Monday through Friday, virtual conversation. Morning conversation. I didn't even take a drink of my coffee yet. Isn't that something? And also my weekly virtual sessions going to happen every Monday. And my monthly classes is going to happen the third Thursday of each month. Right. So look out for some more information, some announcements. And guess what? If only one person shows up, that's fine. Listen, God said, if you help one, your work is done. All right. So enjoy your day, be of service to others. And remember, even if you don't know, the mask must be removed in order for us to begin the healing process, to become transparent and authentic so that we can be set free. From recovery, emerge empowered to give hope to others, help others prosper equally. Be blessed. Ooh.